everyone, welcome back to Wizarding Alice. My name is Alice and today we are doing another movie reaction with my brand new headphones that look a little silly, but I kind of love them. I've got a video coming out in a couple of weeks, which is, I won't spoil what it is, but it's the reason I bought these, so I figured, you know what, let's use them today because they're very comfy. But yeah, another movie reaction. I've already done Philosopher's Stone, that will be linked below and at the end if you want to watch that one. So we're now moving on with the series watching Chamber of Secrets, which is a very fun film. So very excited. Still recovering from COVID. This is part of my COVID series of videos I filmed while basically in isolation. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get into the film. Today, my drink of choice is Diet Coke, not sponsored. It's the only thing that's really helping my throat at the moment while I'm sick, so this is what we've got. These headphones are amazing. They never explain in the films why he's moved up from his cupboard to his room. He's just suddenly like in a room. It's like, okay. And obviously if you read the books you know, but it's one of those things you think about. If you're coming into these totally blind, you're like, okay, what happened to the cupboard?
I should think you'd be a little more grateful. We've raised you since you were a baby, given you the food off our table, even let you have Dudley's second bedroom purely out of the goodness of our hearts.
Not now, Bobkins, but when the
It's not out the goodness of their hearts at all.
Be any minute.
Because as we learn, Dumbledore basically told Petunia that they had to take him in
when the Masons arrive,
in order for the protective spell to be put in place. So
to our home.
Good. And Dudley, you will be
I'll be waiting to open the door.
excellent.
Dobby.
Harry Potter.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I find Dobby kind of annoying in the films. I'm gonna get so much hate for that. He's alright, He gets better. Obviously in the last one he's amazing, but in this film I just find him like a touch too annoying. That being said, this is kind of contradictory, but I do wish they'd included his plots more in the films as they go along. I understand why they don't, but obviously if you haven't read the books, he's in loads of the books, whereas he's only in the second film and like the last films. And I do think it would have made the last film more impactful, without spoiling too much, if he'd been in more.
Dobby. Stop. Dobby, please stop.
This scene causes me so much stress. Like every time I'm like,
It's just the cat.
Potter must not go back to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry this year.
Why doesn't he just tell him what's going on? He doesn't have to like betray his masters. They could just say, they're trying to get Voldemort back, you're gonna die. He's being so coy about it. I would have just let Uncle Vernon find Dobby. I'd like to see how he would react to that. I've got a weird thing with these films where I associate each of them with a colour. It's a bit like, you know, you get people who like certain words cause certain tastes in their mouth. For me, I always think of a certain colour for each film. Let me know if you agree with me. So I'll just do the first three. So Philosopher's Stone is red, 100% is red. And Chamber of Secrets is green, 1,000,000%. And Prisoner of Azkaban is orange. Like, those are very clear to me. It's quite interesting. Let me know if you feel the same way or if I'm just crazy. Dobby is such a little bitch for that, honestly.
I'm so sorry. It's my nephew. He's very
I would
disturbed.
never forgive him for that.
Strangers upsets him. That's why I kept him upstairs.
See, I'm shaking my head too. Nah. You've made a deadly enemy today, my friend. I'm gonna do more colouring now. I want to do the rest. So, Goblet of Fire is blue. Order of the Phoenix is pink. Half-Blood Prince is black.
What are you all doing here?
Deathly Hallows is purple.
Now come on, get your trunk.
Let me know your thoughts. I love this. Ron is a loyal hoe. You criticize him all you want. He is a loyal hoe. Potter! Have you guys seen the TikTok of the guy who recreates this? I'm gonna have to put it in here. I don't even care if I get like copyright strike because it's so funny. It's like spot on. And now it's all I can think of.
Hiya, Harry. Ron. Fred. George. What are you all doing here? Rescuing you, of course. Now, come on, get your trunk. Let's go.
Petunia, he's escaping!
Come on, Harry, hurry up.
I'm here!
Ah! I've got you, Harry. Let go of me.
Oh no, boy, you and that bloody pigeon aren't going anywhere.
Get off! Drive!
Burrow, of course, iconic. It's such a good design. Located just outside the town of Otterysid Catchpole, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And I know the Lovegoods live nearby. That's mentioned in the books, like way before they're even introduced, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, come on.
They mention that the Lovegoods live nearby. And the Diggories must live nearby too, I guess? Based on using the same port key. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Oh, I love this set so much. They have it at the, words are failing me with my COVID brain, at the studio tour in London. It's one of my favourites.
What did I do?
Ginny, she's been talking about your summer. Bit annoying, really.
I like how you said Ginny, like to remind you that that's her name, but in real life, why would you ever just randomly say your sister's name? Ginny.
Wait. Dad works in the Ministry of Magic in the Misuse of Muggle Artifacts Office.
Last night.
Did you really?
Molly's outfit is a look. L-E-W-K.
That was very wrong.
I could see some people rocking that knitted flared jumper.
Harry, you must know all about Muggles. Tell me, what exactly
is the function
of a rubber duck?
Oh,
Good question.
Well, that'll be error with the post.
My question is, what does Molly Weasley get up to when they're all at school?
Oh,
If she doesn't have a job per se.
You're here, Harry. Doesn't miss a trick,
I mean,
that
from the fifth one onwards, she's busy with the Order of the Phoenix. But before that, what does she do? The acting's definitely improved a bit in this one from the children, in that it definitely feels less like they're remembering their lines, like be like,
Alley!
okay, now it's this line. It feels like a bit more natural. It's nice to see that improvement.
you see? It's quite easy, dear. Don't be afraid. Come on. Come on. In you go. That's right, your hair.
And again, Arthur Weasley's hat.
Flu powder.
Love it. What a fashionable little
That's
family.
it. Very good. Now don't forget to speak
Okay,
very,
we've got the
very
iconic bit
clearly.
coming up. Diagonally. In the book, he chokes on the smoke, and that's why he doesn't say it right. Why does he say diagonally? And why does it take him to Nocturne Alley?
I thought it did.
I can't believe he's wearing his cloak on a non-school day. If I was, I would be on Draco Malfoy's side on this one. I'd be bullying him. You didn't wear your school uniform in the summer holiday, dude.
Hagrid.
And here we have the setup of, what's his name? Hagrid being the heir of Slytherin, I guess. I love the Super Carling Brothers theory that Hagrid is a Slytherin. I know J.K. Rowling has debunked that, but I think it makes way more sense that he's the Slytherin based on all the facts. I recommend you go and watch it. It's a really good video, but I would definitely have said he's a Slytherin more than the Gryffindor based on the facts they presented in that video. It's very good. I like how in the book as well, Percy is very much a person of interest in this as a potential suspect of someone opening the Chamber of Secrets. It's great. I wish they included more of that.
You too.
What did you do to your glasses? Oculus Reparo.
This film is so cozy to me. This was 100% my favourite one as a child.
I definitely need to
I used to
remember that
rewatch this one so often. There was just something so warm and cozy about it. I can't tell you the amount of times I've watched this film.
Too far.
I can't, they don't even look for him. They're just like, oh, you turned up. He could have been anywhere. I love Gilderoy Lockhart's theme, the score. That twinkly like do 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 do. Oh, it's brilliant. It's so good. In fact, Draco's also wearing his Hogwarts clothes, so I guess I'll just be the main bully. I'll bully him too.
Free of charge.
Potter can't even go to a bookshop without making the front page.
Draco Malfoy is peak Draco Malfoy in this film.
Okay,
Proper like
girlfriend.
Potter.
Hi, Draco. Nicely.
Oh.
Mr. Potter. Lucius Malfoy. We meet at last. Forgive me.
I like how his hair gets like less and less sleek as the films go on. I think that's quite a cool little detail as he gets like more and more unhinged.
He was nothing more than a murderer.
You must be very brave to mention his name. Or very foolish.
Fear of the
Fear of a
name
name
only increases fear of the thing itself. I'm back to my Hermione impressions.
And you must be, judging by the state of this, I'd say not.
The biggest criticism I have of this film is that they didn't include the full-on fist fight between Malfoy and Arthur Weasley in the book, where they just absolutely go at it, and Hagrid has to pull them apart. It's great. I have no patience for the Weasleys and their timekeeping. They're always late. Can't stand people that are always late. To me, 10 minutes early is on time. I know people don't like that. I get the criticism, but I'd much rather be early than be late. I want to be respectful of people's time. I think this guy should have. I wish he'd had a cameo in the last one in some way or another. That would have been great. This is madness. This was plan A. Rather than wait to see if your mum and dad could get back through.
Ron, I should tell you, most muggles aren't accustomed to seeing a flying car.
Car.
Right.
Such a southern English way of pronouncing car. Like, as a Scottish person, and I assume most people in the north of England just say car. But south of England is very much a car. You definitely extend the A, car.
Oh, no! The invisibility booster must be faulty. Well, come on, then.
Accent
Let's go
lessons
lower.
with
We need
Alice
to find
Kay.
a train.
Been there. Got a video about my trip. You can watch it. It was good. That face is so good. Oh, this whole sequence is amazing. Also, no way they arrived there faster than the train. I'm also telling you now, as someone that quite regularly drives from Edinburgh, which is quite far south in Scotland, down to pretty much London, you are not getting there on one tank of petrol. You need 2 full tanks at least to get down there, and Hogwarts is way up in the Highlands, so you're talking a good another 4 or 5 hours on top of that, so you need at least 3 full tanks of petrol at least. That's all I'm saying. But maybe the car doesn't run on petrol if it's flying. My favourite character in this film is the car. I relate to it the most, just being like, you know what, nah, I'm done. You can take your nonsense I know.
Scabbers!
Repot mandrakes. Who here can tell me the properties of the mandrake root? Yes, Miss Granger.
Mandrake, or mandragora,
I think...
is used to return
Oh, Susan
those
Bones.
who've been
Susan
petrified
Bones.
to
She's
their
back. I've just
original
noticed.
state.
This is the last film we'll have her, and
It's
Susan
also
Bones
quite
is my favourite
dangerous.
character.
The mandrake's cry is fatal
Got her.
to anyone who hears
Let's
it.
keep tabs on her throughout this commentary. What I was gonna say is that I think Hermione's hair looks the most Hermione-ish in this film. I still wish they'd gone a bit more with it, but this is its peak, I would say.
I'm Colin Creevy. I'm in Gryffindor too.
Hi, Colin.
That actor is apparently actually a professional photographer now, which is like so cool.
Dare you steal that car? I am absolutely disgusted. Your
Father is facing an inquiry at work,
and it's
entirely your fault. If you put another toe out of line, we'll bring you straight home.
Oh, and Ginny.
Mr. Finnegan, the pixies can be devilishly tricky little blighters. Let's see what you make of them.
What was his plan here, honestly? What did he think was gonna happen?
Come on now, round them up, they're any pixies!
Poor Neville. I've just realised that the pixies are like
Nip the rest of them back into their cage.
sometimes talking in like a Cornish accent. That's so funny. It's because I've got these headphones on. I just heard it. I love that.
Permission to practice today, owing to the need to train their new seeker. You've got a new seeker. Who?
Of course. Of course.
That's right.
I do have to say, I always thought their brooms looked hella slick. You know, like, look at that. Who wouldn't want one of them?
Draco's father.
Say something.
I remember I found out that the way, this was when I was a child, that the way they did the seat is they're like jelly slugs, and he would just hold one in his mouth and then spit it out. And I remember once I found that out, I really wanted to eat the jelly slugs, which probably wasn't the intended purpose of this scene, but it's like, yeah, I want to eat that. This makes no sense. Now, Emma Watson's acted her little heart out here, I'll give her that. But it makes no sense. And, like, why would she know what that means? In the books, sorry to keep being that person, she doesn't know what it means, and she's just like, I don't know, he called me something, I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it, he calls me stuff all the time. And Ron's like, no, he called you like a racist word, and like Ron explains it, which again is my biggest gripe about these films, is them taking all the plot points and lines away from Ron.
Enemies of the air, beware. It's written in blood.
Don't know how Ginny got her hands on that much blood. I mean, I know she was killing the roosters or whatever, but like, Jesus, that's a lot of blood. Of course, the entire school just happens to be out walking at this point. I know I'm being nitpicky, but it's funny.
Mind you, it would be difficult. Not to mention
It's time
breaking
for
back
snacks.
50 rules. And
I've literally have not commented in ages. I've just been sitting watching.
complicated potion.
I love that the Polyjuice Potion doesn't just appear once, like it's used throughout the series. I really like that. I don't like when things in the series just appear once and then they're just gone. Time turners. Because obviously Mad-Eye Moody uses it, and they use it in the last films as well. Harry really does not have much luck at Quidditch matches, doesn't he? Because at least all the ones we see in the films, like number 1, his broom gets possessed. Number 2, there's Bludger chasing him. And number 3, the Dementors come.
Fix that arm of yours straight away.
Not you.
He doesn't know what he's saying. Now, this...
Oh, this is the worst bit.
Rakiam. Emendo.
Ugh, it's like the noise effect and everything. Ugh. Oh, that's so good. I hate it so much. Oh,
You can no longer feel any pain.
oh
Very
my
clearly, the bones
god.
are not broken.
Broken?
There's no bones left. Do you think house elves can disapparate? Do you think that's what he's doing? And it's just people that can't apparate within Hogwarts? Question of the day. I can't believe people used to think that that was Daniel Radcliffe in a wig. Like, that's so funny to me. It was never something I thought of, but apparently a lot of people thought that was Daniel Radcliffe. It makes me laugh. Oh, she's so annoying. Oh my god, this makes me think of... You guys seen Call Me Kevin played the Connect version of this game, and there's a part where he's dueling and it's just the funniest video ever.
I'm like a machine gun. Unfortunately, it's all coming back and hitting me, but you know. What are my legs doing? Did you see that for a second there? Hufflepuff always win when they have me. No.
1, 2, 3. Expelliarmus.
God, you could have cast about 5 spells in the amount of time it took him to say Expelliarmus. Iconic though, iconic.
Right. Salazar Slytherin was a parcel mouth. He could talk to snakes too.
Exactly. Now the whole
I wonder if Harry lost his ability to be a Parseltongue when they destroyed the Horcrux. That would be interesting. I'd be dead mad if I lost that skill.
1,000 years ago.
Harry, you really gotta stop wandering the corridors, dude. Just go straight to where you need to be. This is not a good look. I hate spiders so much. The big Aragog model doesn't really scare me because it's so surreal, but the little crawly one's like, oh, I hate it.
Professor, I swear I didn't. This is out of my hands, Potter.
It does look pretty bad. I mean, not only that he was the only one there, but also that there were basically like 2 dead bodies and he was sat looking out the window next to them, just admiring the night.
Dumbledore will be waiting for
you. Were particularly difficult to place, but I stand by.
Surely the Sorting Hat can differentiate because he's only picking up Slytherin. I mean, Harry does have Slytherin qualities, but he was only picking it up that much because he could identify the part of Voldemort in him. Surely the Sorting Hat would be smart enough to differentiate that. Because he basically says, if you didn't ask, I would have put you in Slytherin. But then once the Horcrux was destroyed, Harry would then be a Slytherin that's not supposed to be in Slytherin, if that makes sense. I don't know. Food for thought. I don't know what point I'm really trying to make there. Oh, he is not having a good day.
Professor.
But I must ask you, is there something you wish to tell me?
Just tell him.
No, sir.
He could have stopped like a million other people being petrified if he just said something, honestly.
Very well then.
And you know Dumbledore doesn't believe him.
I filled these with a simple sleeping draft. Simple.
Oh my god, I wanted to eat them so bad when I was younger watching these films. They look like the nicest cakes to me. I just wanted to eat them so bad.
And put on their uniform. We'll have exactly 1 hour before we change back into our cells.
They did such a good job making that look so nasty and gloopy, like, oh. This film was a roller coaster, going from no bones, gross, to delicious cakes, nice, to Polyjuice Potion, gross. I don't know what way to be.
Harry?
This is so good. And I'm pretty sure it was a while ago, but if I remember correctly, they do a fair bit of this in the Cursed Child play as well, and it's great. It's so good. So he says, what are you doing down here? And that kind of alludes to the whole thing that Percy kept sort of like skulking around the dungeons and things, because maybe he was the heir of Slytherin. But it kind of doesn't make sense here because they've not really lent into that, which is a shame.
Picking out notes to tell you.
Go away! Wait till you see.
That is not how Harry would be standing without his glasses. He would be more like, oh, try to take them off with my headphones. He'd be more like, Hermione, come out. We've got loads to tell you.
The Apologies potion was only for human transformations.
That's how
It was cats
true
who plucked off Millicent Bulstrode's
glasses
robe.
wearers would act. Ugh, now I've got to put it back on. Oh, nightmare. And this scene makes me think of another TikTok from that guy a different guy who recreates all the Harry Potter scenes, and he's so good at it. Do you know?
My name is Tyler Warwick, and I'll be auditioning for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Dobby, get back here. Do you know anything about the Chamber of Secrets?
Ron! Ron, are you okay?
I don't have a home to go to. They wouldn't really close Hogwarts, would they, Professor?
I understand.
These parallels between Harry and Tom are really cool and really interesting. Very similar lives.
You don't understand.
Hagrid must be old. 50 years ago from the 90s would be the 40s. And he must be, let's say, 15 here. So he's like 65.
No.
Stand us.
Hagrid!
Hagrid! No! I think I've gone delirious. Those models of the petrified people are so good. They're so creepy.
Could I have your attention, please? Because of recent events, these new rules will be put into effect immediately. All students will return to their house common rooms by 6 o'clock every evening. All students will be escorted to each lesson by a teacher. No exceptions.
That wouldn't work logistically. Again, I'm all about my logistics. Because you have a class, and then the teacher of that class goes and drops you off at the next classroom. But there won't be a teacher in that classroom because they're off dropping students at their next class. So you're going to have a period of time unattended no matter what way you do it. So, just saying.
Business had to come. 3 attacks on Muggleborns. Things have gone far enough.
Typical ministry, isn't it? That they'll just take anyone as a scapegoat, really, even though they know that that person's innocent.
That Hagrid, to those who...
Do you think Dumbledore can see through invisibility cloaks? I'd love to get your take on that. I would actually love to live in Hagrid's hut. Like, my dream is to live in a really cute little, like, tiny home. That'd be amazing.
Hagrid, is that
This is so well done. It's so scary. I need to turn it down. And to think that's like, as far as I'm aware, it's not CGI, it's like an actual model that they used. It's amazing.
Cannot deny them fresh meat.
Hagrid should not be responsible for the care of children, like, he's basically killed them. Thank God for the car, or they would have been dead. And Hagrid would have stayed at Azkaban, probably.
Glad we're out of there.
Love that. It just looks so fake, but in like the cutest way.
Thanks, someone would have seen it. Hermione's answered that too.
No, I'm sorry.
Pipes?
How big are the Hogwarts pipes if that basilisk can fit in them? I don't think so. I don't know what kind of plumbing system they're running, but no.
Teacher, you can't go now.
Well, I must say,
I love that he's got a wig.
there was nothing in the job description about
Running
That's
away.
great.
After all that stuff you did in your books.
Books can be misleading.
You wrote them.
My dear boy, do use your common
I love
sense.
this whole
My
scene.
books
It's
wouldn't
great.
have sold half as well if people didn't think I'd done all those things.
You're telling me nobody's ever spoken to Moaning Myrtle about the day she died and found that snake on the tap?
This is it, Ron.
I think this is a whole cover-up. I think the staff at Hogwarts don't want you to find the Chamber of Secrets. Now that's a conspiracy.
Harry, say something in parcel tongue.
Think about it.
This way.
That is so nasty. I would love to own a pet snake. I really like snakes, but the thought of the skin shedding is just like...
It looks like
it's so nasty.
It's a snake's skin.
Bloody hell. Whoever shed
I
this
don't think I could feed it live mice either.
Oh no.
I totally forgot I was doing a commentary track. I'm not even joking. I've been sat here for like 15 minutes and I haven't said a single thing because I was just watching the film. That's awful. Anyway, Lockhart's lost his memory. That's where we're at. Shows it's a good film though if I'm just sitting here enjoying it. Would have been annoying if they'd been stuck on the opposite sides because Ron would not have got much further. This is 100% one of the coolest sets, if not the coolest set that they ever built for these. It's amazing. Look at all that. I'd love it if they added this to the studio tour, like they literally rebuilt the whole thing like full scale. That would be so cool. They could make it the toilets. Harry is such an idiot. It takes him such a long time to catch on. Like, dude.
Listen, we've got to go. We've got to save her.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Harry.
Susan Bones would have had this figured out in 2 minutes. No. No way! Oh, I didn't see that coming at all.
You're the heir of Slytherin.
Mental.
To remain loyal to him.
Go off, Fox. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. See, how on earth would that get in the pipes? I'm not letting it go. How would that get through the pipes? Really scary though, like for a child it's really scary. It's so good. Love it. And as a glasses wearer, there's nothing scarier than your specs falling off. I'm sure many out there will understand that. Yes, Harry. Let's go. I want to see hand-to-hand combat. Just kind of add to the point though that, like, Harry really doesn't do a lot of magic. Where possible, he always ends up with like a sword or his hands or whatever. It's very convenient that Basilisk Venom destroys Horcruxes. He's basically creating his future weapon here. I'll point out the common plot hole that people often mention, which is that because Harry was stabbed with the Basilisk Venom, the Horcrux that's in him should technically have disappeared. Remember the first time I heard that, I was like, oh my god, like 100%. Do you ever think how stupid these things must look when you're filming them, like without all the special effects? It's like, have you seen that behind the scenes clip of them filming Marvel stuff and they're all just like, shh, 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 and it looks so stupid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do, sir. I think you slipped the diary into Ginny Weasley's...
People always say in this scene that he's about to Avada-Kedavra Harry. I don't hear it personally. Like, to me, it doesn't seem like that's what he's gonna do, but who knows? Maybe the whole series could have ended here and now. Now I think about it, if he had killed Harry here, then I don't think Voldemort would ever have actually come to power. Well, I suppose he could have done the potion in the fourth one with a different enemy, but he wanted to use Harry. Interesting. See, listen. He kind of says Avada, but I think he was just making like cursey noises.
Exams have been cancelled.
They can't keep doing that. They can't. Hermione, you didn't even study. Shut up. Like, all these people that would have spent weeks and weeks studying for their exams and you just cancel them, I would be fuming. Nah, not how you run a school. Hagrid, you tried to kill us.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Not what I would have said, but okay. That's pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely doesn't deserve a round of applause though. He's basically done the least this entire film to help people. I'm only joking, I'm just being cynical. They know how to do a good ending. Well, the third one doesn't, but I suppose we'll get to that. Well, done. That was cute. That was really, really cute. Okay, so we have reached the end of Chamber of Secrets. What a cute film. That's 100% the best way to describe it. It's just so cute and cozy. You can imagine just like lying on the sofa watching it. You know, it's not going to cause you too much trouble. Absolutely love it. Those first two films hold a very special place in my heart, that's for sure. I can definitely feel now though the need to mix things up. I'm really excited to start on the third one where they start getting much darker and more complex, because the first two films are so similar to each other, like really similar, that I'm excited to try something a little bit different. So glad to get these first two out of the way. But yeah, it was a really, really cute film. Hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I'd love to know what your favorite Harry Potter film is and what you think of Chamber of Secrets. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.